Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip, and you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
For the first time. We are back.
Yes.
We missed a couple weeks.
We're back in action.
1 week was due to San Francisco traffic. For San Francisco traffic. And the second week.
Yeah, we had some... It was a sign of showing respect to the one Willie Mays who just passed away. Rip. Rip. We were early on that. Showing our solidarity.
A week early. I was like, that's a shame. My ability to keep track of days is suffering in 2024.
I'm gonna get you like a centerfold calendar or something.
I am
to
all
help
over
you
the
keep
board.
track.
Yeah, we missed it last week. Chip spaced it. Cern thought it was Tuesday all day. I don't know. I kind of have an idea. One of my calls at work I usually have on Monday, since we had a whole little shake up and stuff, it got moved to Tuesday. So then we had the call. So then in my mind, and then it was the day. Yeah, it was off.
Your reference points were
the next
off.
day. I was like, okay, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
And and for my job, I have to go back and forth. I have to kind of work in 2025 and kind of plan stuff out. And I have to go back in 2024. So I get it. Yeah, so I get all my.
You're all over
the
place.
I'm having a hard time at the moment keeping track of what day it is. I mean, I thought today was. Well, I knew it was trash day. Well, I didn't really know it was trash day until I looked up.
Did you miss trash day?
Almost.
Missed
I had
the
to
pod
run out
and
there
trash
like,
day?
in the morning, like
Double whammy.
so.
Oh man, that's no good missing. You don't trash is something you can't go in the hole on because
last
it
week
piles up too quick.
So I have some rat traps set out in the backyard because they see them at night sometimes.
They're back.
So
which trap are you going with? Are you going
the
alligators or the old
Tomcats or whatever? You put the peanut butter in it and stuff. So I actually had 2 traps set, and it was like the day after the trap. Like last week, it was like or 2 weeks ago. After the trash picked up, next day, both snapped them. Got 2 big size rats. So I was like, all right, well, throw them in the trash can. And then we had my dad's birthday was on the 11th. So we had like a little barbecue early. So I had some oysters and stuff. So long story short, it was 100 fucking degrees. So trash can was stinking. So I actually had this trash can out early, on time. And it was full because part people were over and stuff like that. So it was full and smelly and there was even maggots in there. Jeffrey tried to save a couple, tried to grow his own flies. I don't know what he was doing. But anyway. Trash comes. Go to a trash can. It's full. The fuck? I was like, well, let me see. I checked my neighbors. Empty. I was like, oh, he fucking missed it. And I was like, this can't stand. I mean, the neighbors may call the fucking city a health code violation. With the smell that's coming out. They may have a dead body out here. So I had to give him a jangle, and they're like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, I'll see if he's out. If he can get it today. If not today, then tomorrow. I was like, okay. I said, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I said, he literally I can still hear his truck. I could probably try to catch him if I run down the street. Anyway, yeah, I heard it.
Oh, like you just got it.
Stuff I had to set on the counter that had to go out, but I place to put in. Like, I'll just throw a track in when it goes. So, anyway, doesn't come that day. Just keeps on going. Then it was like noon the next day, and I was like, I'm calling again. So I called him. I was like, hey, you said, I know you said yesterday or today, and I know today's not over, but it's 1 o'clock, and I just want to make sure he's coming. Oh yeah. I confirmed he should be there at the end of this route, and then it was like 10 minutes later, he drives by. I was like, I mean, sometimes it's like, the trash can's not completely full. If it's like sometimes like it's halfway full and stuff. But no, but it was like really stinky and it was overflowing.
Yeah, you got
rotting
fucking rat carcasses in there.
oysters, and
Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. I think we've had that once that the trash missed, and I called them, and they came out, but it wasn't the regular trash truck. It was like a pickup truck, and they just kind of, I forgot exactly what they did, but yeah.
That's actually the second time it's happened. It's like, what? Damn it. And you gotta like play. I was like, I did have it out. I mean, shit happens. I wasn't like mad about it. I was just like, of course, of all the times to miss, it's gonna be the one with the dead carcasses, overflowing trash of stench. And it's 100 degrees.
Are the rats still a problem, or you guys
still have
sort it
some
out?
traps set, and they haven't snapped in a couple days, so we'll see. I knew I had to get him. We were out there, and like the dog was like staring up into the sky, and I was like, well, either something's in the tree or there's a fucking alien coming to abduct me. But either way, I assume it's a rat up there.
Oh, staring up at the fence or something?
Yeah, we had that giant oak tree that covers the house. It was staring like right above me, I was like, and they were all just like staring at it. It was like kind of like a sci-fi like horror movie. I was like, fuck. Dogs are staring at this point in the sky, the black sky. I was like,
oh boy.
I assume it's a rat, but or I'm being abducted, one or the other. But
maybe the rapture's happening. The dogs are like onto the rapture.
Like,
here it comes. Here we go. Oh man, my new job that I have to go into the city, to San Francisco. I've been taking the ferry into work. It's kind of a nice way to get into the office. But there's this guy on there that he doesn't have anything. He's just wearing his clothes. And he's like, your face is exactly how I felt when I see this guy. Like, I think he must work in finance or something. Like, he has a nice shirt on, slacks, thing, but like no bag, no backpack, not just like walking off in his clothes to go to work. And I'm just like, how is it possible that I see him every, because we're on the same schedule, and it's really a head scratch.
I think if it was me, I
get over how you can have nothing.
I might have have a conversation with him and be like,
I'd feel like naked.
Hey, what's going on? I was riding the ferry. Oh, yeah. Nice day. Yeah. Oh, you going to work? What do you do for a living? Oh, I have to know.
I mean, I guess
where you work where you don't need accessories.
Yeah. Yeah, where do you work with no accessories? I guess maybe if he has like a desktop computer, that could make sense, but no backpack, like you wouldn't. So he doesn't bring his own lunch. He's eating out. Yeah, that's okay. He eats well as well. I noticed.
Well, I mean,
and no sunglasses, because it's bright from fucking like 5 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night now.
Sun, work.
Yeah. Sun, work. No, I couldn't. I just can't. I'm gonna take a picture next time and send it your way. But like no one else, not a jacket. Like, oh, it might San Francisco. Be ready, dress in layers. Not this guy.
Like Mark Twain's coldest winter he ever had was the summer in San Francisco. I mean, it's legit true.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So, puzzling. This guy very
I wonder if
puzzling.
you've done on the bottom of it as
I'll
well.
keep my eyes peeled.
I need to know.
No, I mean, not even like not even a pair of headphones. Like, it's just is he that self-contained in work in the office? I guess.
Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Is that it must be a sign of he must have made it. If you can go in with no accessories, you've made it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Doesn't he have like somebody following him, like a secretary or something?
But yeah, the scribe, just like a who's the guy that is
Mr.
Mr.
Smithers?
Burns? Yeah, Smithers. Yeah, he needs a Smithers with him.
That would be.
Oh man. Speaking of The Simpsons, my wife we have Disney Plus and they have all like 35 years of The Simpsons or whatever. And we sometimes will watch like with the kids every once in a while we'll watch one, but one came on and it had the Itchy and Scratchy segment on there. And those are particularly
gory, I guess. Or yeah.
They're like chopping each other up and putting them in blenders and stuff. Anyway, so this is happening, and this is like my kid's first exposure to this sort of thing. And my wife's like, should we? I'm like, it's too late now. They already saw the cat get fucking diced up like a sushi roll and then scooped into a blender, and then the kids were just cracking up laughing. And I'm like, and now they're like, can we watch The Simpsons? Like, no, can't watch
I was watching Simpsons. Now, Chip, you're probably have better parental guidelines than CERN. CERN kind of lets a lot of things go. So The Simpsons were on, and I was watching.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't the chopping up that was tripping Jeffrey up. It was the smoking. It was the smoking that gets, now he was like,
yeah.
Why are they smoking? I was like, I mean, I guess kind of the time. People smoke. Like it was.
Yeah.
So we still had smoking and non-smoking sections, which then sparked us. What do you mean smoking and non-smoking sections? I said, well, it was kind of a farce, but
kind of, definitely a farce.
Yeah.
You still smell the smoke.
That was back when a time you could smoke and you weren't like demonized.
Yeah.
I mean,
before everyone knew, I guess, about.
But I think it was just. Remember, I think and then by the ad campaign that there was running, like, who fuck did that? Truth. Remember they ran those ad campaigns and it really did a number of like, hey, don't fucking smoke or you're gonna die and you cause cancers and not just to you, to others. And now it's like and so I mean they did a really good job at that, but so he's like not. So he couldn't really piece it together. Like these people in the cartoon are smoking, and it's like I was like, that smooth, wild.
Yeah. Or there was a scene that came on and like Homer was really drunk from the bar, and like got into his car and was like driving around. I'm like, oh my fucking god! Oh no, this is not good.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's it's still. I saw this really interesting infographic that was like the Rotten Tomato scores of The Simpsons, and like basically the chart started green in the first like 5 seasons, and then it kind of slowly is like the scores are going down. Like it's getting. I still think it's good. Like it's still, if you like that kind of humor, it's still gonna make you laugh.
I don't think it's as edgy as it used to be, but which is okay. But I mean, it's still great. I do enjoy some of those old ones though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they are pretty good. Can you imagine being on an airplane and people just ripping butts for like you're going from SFO to New York for 6 hours? You're just sitting next to someone just
I was telling my dad
puffing
about,
ciggy breath into your mouth,
the smoking and stuff, and he's like, I remember people smoking on a plane. He's like, I remember people smoking on a plane. I was like, well, holy shit.
That's insane. Do we have to have no smoking signs around, or do people get it now? Or do you think if they're like, when you get on the plane, they're like, no smoking,
They
that
say it
includes
like a
vaping, and
500
it's like,
times. I swear to God.
in my head, if they didn't make that announcement,
Somebody would do it.
yeah, like
I
if they
didn't
don't
know.
make that announcement, someone would be like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
they didn't tell
know.
me, I'm
They
going to
didn't tell
spark
me.
it up. Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know.
You could hit a vape though.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
They catch you.
Well,
They catch you.
allegedly.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's like you don't fuck around in the air because it's on the government.
Yeah.
You
Now,
don't
I
want the
did
FAA
hear a
or whatever
report
after your ass.
that your wife has been banned from picking out movies with her mom.
Oh,
The Meg 2 was
really?
given a shot, shall we say. This kid. I think
Who
your
gave it a
wife
shot?
And her mom.
Oh, yes. Yeah. They were. I told her, I was like, don't go down this road. This is not a good.
Once you go down it, you can't come back. You can't come back.
I don't think it's because this was the time when it just popped in the news, like, what was it, a year or two ago, that the dude with the homemade submarine went down to the Titanic and that shit exploded, and they were like, oh yeah, this is at I don't even fucking know, 12,000 meters or whatever. But the Meg, they were, what was it, 56,000, and they're walking
Iron
around
Man
in
suits,
like just like a metal like
aquatic
clanky
Iron
clank
Man
suit.
suits.
It's too much. I mean, literally, you couldn't even. I mean, it's so out far the realm of
We're not even
possibility.
close.
It's not even comprehensible.
And then when he free swims in the Marianas Trench or wherever he's at.
Free swims, like out.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a suit on.
He has to get trapped. Yeah, he has to like.
He raw dogs it.
Explanation like he's breathing through his nostrils and not into his lungs, which is like, first off, I don't think your nostrils have the capability to transfer oxygen to your bloodstream. It goes into your lungs, but where he's gonna hold the air there. I don't know, some kind of shit. But I was like, so he won't be collapsed under the pressure, and he's like free swimming down the Marianas Trench. When literally 5 minutes ago, someone died because their mask broken and they got crushed by the, whatever the pressure, but not Jason Statham. He could just fucking free
pressure because he's so ripped.
That was like, when that happened, I remember sitting in the movie theater like, what the fuck?
Wow.
But then when, maybe I think this is the most egregious scene in movie.
That's not the most egregious part of the whole movie.
Movie history, according to CERN, is when the Meg is swimming full speed at Jason Statham, takes a fucking broken helicopter blade, digs into the sand, and fucking holds the motherfucker up like he shanks him in the mouth, and holds him up like he's and then on a sandbank. And I was like,
wow.
I mean, that's when I was like, what? Like in the theater, like,
wait, so
he's like swimming.
The
Yeah,
shark
I was gonna bite him.
out
He's
of the
coming up
water
to bite him,
to
and he
try
like
to.
digs in like a fucking giant wooden spear. You see, like when they try to like fight lions or whatever the hell. But it's a helicopter blade. The helicopter crash. First,
Yeah.
you pick up a helicopter blade. But and then he like the thing swims. And he like stab. Oh, he's like holding it. And it's like, he's like on a sand
In the
bank or
water.
something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? That's when like I pull out my phone in the movie theater and I was like, how much does a Meg weigh? Because I'm pretty sure if Great White was swimming like that, it's like a fucking car coming at you. So then I look it up as a Great White or
Like a car.
Meg. They estimate like 50 tons to 100 tons. I was like, so that's like a fucking building traveling at like, we'll just say 45 miles an hour, and you could just hold them up with a fiberglass helicopter blade? Get out of here. Had it. No,
Did you try to get your money back?
for days. My wife didn't want to hear it anymore. Told me to go talk to you.
Wow. Go tell it to
The only
Jeff.
fan of my flame.
He has it here for
The
you.
only fan of my flame.
Speaking of getting your
Jeffrey and his friend who watched it were like,
yeah,
you know, it really wasn't believable. Like I had not announced it to them yet. I'm sure they could see me being animated in my chair, but they said it really wasn't believable when
yeah.
The guy stopped the shark with the blade, and I was like, okay, if 11-year-olds are poking holes in your plot, then you don't even have a plot.
Poking holes in this. I mean, Jason Statham. I understand.
Oh yeah,
Paycheck's a paycheck, and he's probably getting a couple mil. He just turns the cheek on that
I'm
one.
not
He
gonna
just like
blame him.
takes it,
Just
whatever.
like these athletes like I think A-Rod. Remember they're like sell out when he went to the Yankees and shit. It's like, hey, I mean, come on. Someone offers that much money, you can say no.
Yeah,
I'm
he's trying to get
producers, the director, and all these people in this room is like, yes, that is a great idea for a scene. Makes perfect. Let's do it. And then they
Put it
shoot
in the
like,
script.
yep, perfect. Wrap
Put it in the script. It's a wrap. That's a wrap, boys. That's a wrap.
Straight
Oh, we speaking of trying to get our money back, we had a little experience at the garage sale. Kids love. Yeah. So we we went to I was driving home from a workout, and it's like a yard sale just up ahead, and they had arrows, and I'm like, oh, let me see where this is. So I kept driving, and I look where it is, and it's up like this big long dirt road, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to go up there by myself. Let me go get the kids, get them out of the house for an hour. So we go up there, and it's kind of on this farm. They got some roosters. It's like a dirt road kind of thing. They got a bunch of stuff out there, not really anything of old tools and a fucking busted up scooter, and sitting among there was one of those hoverboards.
Oh yeah.
Where you kind of balance on it. And that everyone had like 2 Christmases ago. Like every kid got it 2 Christmases ago. It's one of those things. And like daughter's like, can we get it? Can we get it? And I'm like, I don't know. This thing seems like trouble. It's like unwieldy. Anyway, I go up there. I'm like, how much for this? He goes, $50. I'm like,
are you licensed dealer?
$50. I know. So I was like, 40, and he goes, sure. I'm like, okay, I don't have the money, so I'm gonna go back home. I just live literally on the same street. He's like, okay, you could take it with you, the hoverboard. I'm like, okay. I was like, does it work? He says, yeah, if it doesn't, you can bring it back. We'll give you your money back. And I'm like, okay. Little sus, but they seem trustworthy. They let me like take it, get my money. So we went back, gave him the $40, and I'm like, I probably should have paid $10 for this, but the $40, whatever. Get home, charge it up, kind of make some noise. There's some lights on there. They're kind of going off. Charges for like an hour. Kids are like, let's take it to the park. Take it to the park. Doesn't turn on. Okay. Bring it back, put it back on the charger. Anyway, this thing's fucking broken. It doesn't hold a charge for shit. So I'm like, I think I was going to do an errand. I'm like, told my wife, I'm like, can you go return this to the garage? She's like, no, that is 100% what you're doing. I'm like, okay, look. So I went back, and of course they had ripped the signs down. So I'm like, fuck, is the garage sale over? There was a couple people there. So I went back, and I was like, and first of all, it's a garage sale. I understand there's the point of the garage sale is sort of the as is component, which I subscribe to, but I was explicitly told if it doesn't work to bring it back. Okay. I also spent $40. If it was
Yeah,
$10,
trash it,
I probably
it's
just
not
would have
worth it.
been like, lesson learned. Lesson learned. But 40, so by him not haggling more, I think I wanted to return it. So I go back there, and they're sitting there, and the lady's like, oh, sure, we'll return it. Oh, I'm bummed it didn't work. I'm like, oh, yeah, my kids were really looking forward to it or whatever. She goes, well, the guy with the money left to take the rest of the signs down. So I'll just bring it back, the money back by your house. What's your address? I'm like, okay, here we go. So I leave her the scooter there, and I'm like verbally just telling her, and she's like, okay, cool, got it.
No
I'm
way.
like,
No.
I don't think you do got it because, like, I like just rambled my address off, and you like somehow
mind like steel trap.
comprehended that. And I said, what's your phone number? All this time. Exactly. I'm like, no, I don't. So I ended up leaving for the errand, and then I came back later. I'm like, did we get our $40 back? My wife's like, yeah, she brought it by. I'm like, wow, okay.
Should she get her?
So transaction complete. I'm surprised.
Wow.
I'm surprised that we got it back.
I mean,
but
it's one of those things that I'm sure
successfully
in their mind,
returned something for a
like,
garage
this guy,
sale.
like, well, he does know where we live. You know, that's the one thing about garage sales. Like, well, they do know where you live, so you ain't hiding.
So that was good, and then we the kids got the idea, or they're like, oh, $40. Like, can we have a garage sale, and then we could use the money to buy Pokemon
done that.
cards?
I've had that.
Like, there it is.
Like, yeah, sure. Let's go through all of your stuff.
Yeah. So
what is the garage sale?
Slinging some stuff on. What's a garage sale? Where I've been trying to. They're kind of at that age now where they have some toys that are pretty, like, little kid, like 2-3-year-old kids, but they don't really play with them. Like, maybe we could sell these, get some money, spend it at the Pokemon store. So that's the goal, I think.
Jeffrey's holding on for the next set still. He's still holding strong. Now, big news in his world.
Oh, I was going to ask you how the chase of the Moonbryon Pokemon card is coming.
It's getting harder and harder to find the sets with, So we're on the hunt still for the packs. But big news. So it was Wednesday last week. Yeah, my wife took Jeffrey and Melanie. They went to the lake over here for the day. I was working, but they went to stop off at the Dollar Tree to get candy or snacks or some shit. And so my wife texts me, I have big news. And I was like, okay. Yes. Like, Dollar Tree has Pokemon cards. And I was like, okay. Confused. And then he's like, all right. And then I said, are they the regular packs or the Dollar Tree pack? Regular packs, but they're not $1. They're $4.99. And I was like, okay, is Jeffrey getting some? And he said, no, I didn't get any. I was like, wait a minute. Is this Jeffrey texting from mom's phone? Can I text that? He's like, yes. And I was like, oh. 30 for a living was like, big news. What big news? What's the big news? Like, Pokemon cards. I was like, Jeffrey, when you're texting, sound off if you're not mom. I just wonder why I could see the typing. I was like, it was like typing and typing and typing and typing and typing, and it was like this like 2-word answer, and I was like, hell? She get a beverage somewhere? They stop and get cocktails? Shut up.
Like, that took like 5 minutes.
So he's looking at that, but he's right now I think he's trying to amass enough money for a card show so he can whale and deal.
Cash is king there.
Yeah,
so he's
but
chasing the
he might be trying to do
singles.
packs, like the Moonbryon packs. Because he just checked it. He like comes like every so many days. He must like write this shit down. He's like, can you check the prices on whatever his cards? Some of these cards. And I'm like, Okay, so you check them, and they went up like
Yeah.
3.6% or something like that from like the previous week or whatever. It's like it's going.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's charting. He's charting it. That's impressive. Yeah, the I'm trying to I mean, the bulk, like the trash cards that you don't really play with, or the kids only want the
Yeah.
fancy one or the rare cards, and then you're stuck with tons of
That's
this,
why I
and they
try to
just
start
like
doing this.
accumulate really quickly,
So I try to
especially if
do
you
the
get like
singles.
5 packs or something.
Where I was like, just is this the card you want? Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's like some of the cards he wanted was like, okay, this is $20. I'll just grab the card. And then he's like, yeah, but then you can get
Yeah.
like 4 packs. I'm like, yeah, but this is the card you want. What the fuck? It's right here. Yeah, but what if you pulled it? It's like the chances of that. Oh yeah, it's
It
fun.
is fun to pull a good card
but
though.
it's like
The
you're chasing
gambling
the dragon,
nature.
buddy. Once
Yeah.
once the dragon's got a hold of you, you ain't coming back.
Yeah, they have our local shop doesn't have a great. It has some singles, but it's not as
Uh-huh.
expansive as the one that we went to at
And
your,
there's that
your
one. There's
place.
one in
But
Rome. This got even better.
there was some.
It's like
Even bigger?
3, just glass cases, probably about chin high to me, all the way down to your fucking feet. And he has them segmented like old school. Like he has
Wow.
99, and then he goes on to each period. It's fucking crazy.
Damn.
Like Jeffrey was actually overwhelmed when he got in there.
That's
He was
impressive.
just like he saw it, and it was like his short circuiting in his head. He just like stood there like deer in the headlights, like looking at it. I was like, and I said, "What's wrong?" He's like, I don't know." Yeah,
He was frozen.
like,
He
"I
was
don't know.
locked up. He didn't know what
This
to
is
do.
so much to look at. He's like, and he's like, "Do we have to leave soon?" I was like, "No, we're good. Just look away. Fuck it."
Oh. Well, summer's here. Kids are out of school. That whole deal.
I always
You
I always say I wish I can go back to those days. Sleep until 9, play games, do nothing all day, watch TV. Sounds like
your internet's taxed.
that's the
over there, I
downside,
think.
especially when I'm trying to work. Everyone's gaming, full game, and it's like
Oh,
it takes me forever to download something. Usually, like in the morning at like 6 o'clock when I was up this morning, lightning quick.
you have to. Can you? Does your router? You can put some throttle on
I
there.
was just
Shit?
thinking about that as I keep seeing my internet struggle. Like I'm throttling a couple of devices when I hang up. When we get off this pod.
Yeah.
I'm prioritizing a couple of devices.
You have the Hero, right? Yeah. I think you can group it by person, like whose device it is, and then like cap all their devices.
I grouped Zach's.
Maybe
all
that would
Zach's
be the way to do
devices. I did do that because I would just shut it off when it was just like I was like, so like he would go through these. He doesn't do it anymore, but he used to use these things where he would like lose a Fortnite and just like go rage. Just like yelling and like banging and stuff. Yeah, and I would just kill the internet.
Just rage out.
Because I kept going there like, would you stop? I was going there like, would you stop? I mean, you can yell, but like the banging the desk and like just throwing a complete fit. I was like, did you got money on the game? Yeah. So
fucking adult.
and then like it would happen again like 15 minutes later. Like,
Child
okay,
shit.
boom, internet's out. Whoa, what's going on? I said, told you.
Told you. Told you this was gonna happen. Oh, well, Cerny, we're back in action, but think we gone and done it for another
yeah.
episode here in the
Okay.
bag.
In the bag.
Boom. On the bag. June, July will be here before you know it. Someone has a birthday right around the
That's
corner.
true.
Screw America. It's all about Robins. It's Robin's Day. It's to
Slide
celebrate
over,
her.
America.
It's coming up. It's coming up. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Until
sir.
next time, I'm Chip. Cheers.